Salam, salam, this is Unity, and I'm here to do a Unity moment. So, I just finished watching the Sandra Bland documentary. I don't know if it was like in 2016 or 17. I think it was 16 or 15. I can't remember, but I did a video about Sandra Bland. In that video, I'm going to show y'all a couple of clips. I was saying something, it was something going on with her throat. She didn't die from what I can remember picking her energy up. She didn't die from hanging. I kept saying something with food or something in her throat. Documentary. I haven't looked at all of it. I stopped it to do this video because I was getting antsy and I wanted to, tell y'all about the conclusion I came up to how Sandra died. One thing I want to say is she didn't deserve to get thrown in jail. That's one. Like, she didn't deserve to get thrown in jail. The cop was an asshole, and he was a fuckboy, and he was just using his white privilege to show that he got power and he can control a black woman. So that's what I pick up from that. Yeah, so she should never went to jail for that. I do pick up that she had a lot of stress on her, just figuring out life. Yeah, she had a lot of stress on her trying to figure out life. What I can say is, by looking at the what's the name, they were saying that she had high levels of marijuana in her system. So from what I picked up back then, because it had just freshly happened, I picked up that, if she swallowed marijuana and then on top of that eating some food at the jail, something happened that it didn't agree with her body. It was a cover up with the jail that she was held in, because they felt like it's Texas. Maybe I'm adding my stuff in there, but just the racial stuff that was going on at the time. Black woman, traffic stop, now she's dead, it's gonna bring too much attention, so let's just say it was a suicide. So that's what I pick up about what happened to Sandra. I pick up that it was a cover-up as far as what happened to her. She was really stressed out. She was worried about losing her job. She had a lot going on. That she had a real genuine love for black people. And when I seen her mother say that after she telepathically, spiritually told me that, I seen a video with her mother saying that. So it just confirmed the character of this person. She was a beautiful person. The thing is, we all try to figure stuff out, figure out life. We'll go to college, we'll get the job, but we still don't be happy. We always try to, we always try to figure stuff out. When she got stopped, she did swallow the marijuana. So I'm going to finish looking at it, and then I'll come back and tell y'all exactly how I feel about the documentary. So far, the documentary is really good. Through watching the whole documentary, like the part when they stop her and the police, I can't look at that because it make me so emotional, and I really want to hurt, like seriously, the officer, the way he treated her. So that's a video that is so sensitive to me. I can't look at that. Between that and Korean Gaines, it's like, ugh, I just can't look at that. And maybe I'll do like a healing with me and just keep looking at it and try to get myself. But I don't know. I don't think I ever get over that, because that was the cause of her death. Like, even though I tell y'all what the cause of death was, but that was really the cause of her death. All right, y'all. I'll be back. Salam fam. See, I looked at my old video. I haven't looked at this video in years. And I looked at it, and from looking at it, I can remember it was saying something with food, but I couldn't remember the whole video. But I said she was murdered. So it was a cover from this video and that video. Cover up with murder and cover up. Something triggered with her eating the food. I mean, eating with the marijuana. It's something they gave her in the food that triggered something going on with the marijuana, and that's how she died. And once they found her, they did a cover up and say she committed suicide. So I'm gonna put the link to this video so y'all can check that out. Back then I was very very into like talking to a lot of dead people back then. I talk to them now, but not as much as I was back then. I'm gonna get back on that because there's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to help as much as I can with humanity and solving a lot of stuff. All right, so let me finish. I just looked at this, but let me finish looking at the documentary, and then I'll come back and tell y'all how I feel about it. Okay. Salaam family, I'm back. I just finished looking at the Sandra Band documentary. Whew. To be honest with y'all, I was like, this case, this point in my life, like dealing with Sandra Bland since 2015 and everything that happened to her, this is like a heavy it's like a heavy subject. Like it drains me. Like, and what I think about the documentary was a good documentary. From looking at the documentary and from, I haven't been in the spiritual world. I haven't talked to Sandra Band in a while. Since that time I went and talked to her back then. I want to go talk to her again, because when I talked to her back then, she told me that she wanted to help all black people. And I remember looking at a video of her mom, and her mom said the same thing. And then looking at the documentary, they pulled out this big, her friend pulled out a big book of all the stuff that she wrote about, you know, police brutality and all that. Like, she told me that. She literally told me that. What I was telling y'all about, you know, something went on, somebody had to get something with food. Something happened with the food, something happened with the weed that killed her. Something they gave her food and the weed, that's the main thing that killed her. But do I feel like someone gave her something in her food? Yes, I do. And I literally got a headache. I feel like someone gave her, because what her mama was saying on the documentary, that she knows Sandra probably was giving them hell, saying, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna sue y'all wrong for this. So I felt like they did something with her food, because that's the first thing I kept picking up, throat, but it wasn't throat as far as someone, like she died from like a hanging. I didn't get that. And this is the interesting part. In the documentary, the lawyer was saying that they couldn't get her gas, the stuff that was in there, they didn't get to see that. So that was, I guess, about time they got, the black lady that do the autopsy, all that stuff was gone by then. So that would have showed that it was something in her food. It would have showed. And the officer didn't get charged. They dismissed his case. All the charges against him in 2017, which he was the main reason why she was there. He's a murderer. The sheriff of Walden County, he's a racist Ku Klux Klan fuckboy. I don't like him. One of her sisters, the one with the blonde hair, she taking it really hard. At that time, I don't know if she's taking it hard now, but I know at the time of the documentary and at the time it's something like guilt. I feel guilt from her. I don't know what that's about. I didn't go into it, but I picked that up. Her mom is a warrior. Her mom is dope. Um, what else about the documentary that I like? The lawyer, it was a good lawyer. She had a good lawyer. They did get a settlement. I can't remember what the settlement was for. I think it was like $1 million and something, which it should have been way more than that. Sandra Bland should have never died. Yeah. So I still believe she was murdered, and the cause of it is something they fed her in her food that didn't do well with the weed that she had in her, and that's what killed her. And if they would have got those contents, they would have found out what it was. A big cover up. So that is my review on top of the spiritual. But I really now want to go and speak to her again, because I don't think she know what they gave her in the food. I don't think she know. I didn't know that she had a miscarriage. I picked up that she really wanted babies. I didn't know that. But it's crazy because when that guy showed that big old thing of, that's, she told me that back then, that she really want to help all black people. And when her mom said that in that interview, I'm gonna put the links in the description box. I have the links in the description box. When her mom said that, it just was like, wow, she told me that in the spiritual world. So I'm gonna go back. I don't know when I'm gonna go back in the spiritual world. Like mine. No, I'm gonna go back. The reason why I did that, because it takes so much energy from you when you go to the spiritual world and talk to them. Like, I'd be literally drained. But I haven't talked to her since then. So I'm gonna go back and see what else I could pick up. But I don't think she know what they did to her, what they gave her in the food. But they gave her something in her food, and whatever it was that mixed with that, that's what killed her. But one thing I can say, karma is real, and everybody that has something to do with that, which is that main officer, he's going to pay for it. And I still ain't got about what that dude that killed Trayvon Martin. All right, y'all, I'm starting to get a headache. It's a little heavy, and the crazy part, I was like, I don't know if I want to finish this video, but I finished it. Oof. I'm getting a headache. I'm getting hot. Oof, heavy. All right, salam, salam.